Mad Max Fury Road. Hi, welcome to the recap room. In today's video, we'll be talking about an action, adventure and survival film from 2015 entitled Mad Max Fury Road. Warning, spoilers ahead. The scene opens with a man, Max, staring at the deserted Earth. He used to be a cop, but most of the civilization went extinct during the nuclear war. Now the planet has no trees and water is a scarce resource. Max sees a group of cars coming toward him, so he gets inside his car and attempts to escape. But unfortunately, he fails and the group catches him. The group is the army of the evil leader Immortan Joe. They take Max with them and tattoo his blood group on his back. Actually, Max is a universal donor, so Immortan wants him captive. A man tries to put a logo on him, so Max breaks free and tries to escape. But unfortunately, he gets nightmares of his daughter and gets caught again. All these people work for Immortan Joe, who's the most powerful man and rules everyone. He wears a breathing mask and gives an endearing speech to the weak population. Then, he turns on the water supply, and everyone runs to collect water. However, he soon stops the supply and says that they shouldn't get addicted to water. Now the scene changes to a woman, Furiosa, who is the imperator of Immortan. She is heading to the gas town with her army to collect fuel. On their way, Furiosa takes an unexpected left turn. Immortan sees this through his binoculars and realizes that Furiosa is betraying him. He immediately runs to check the chamber where he keeps 5 women who will bring his future generations into the world. The women are missing and Immortan knows who took them. He orders his war boys to catch Furiosa and everyone leaves immediately. The war boys suffer from a disease and need constant blood to function properly. A boy puts Max in front of his car so he can constantly transfer his blood into himself. Now all of them excitedly head towards Furiosa so they can prove themselves to Immortan. They soon catch up to Furiosa, but a huge sandstorm forces them to slow down. Furiosa doesn't stop for the sandstorm and enters it at full speed. The guy who has held Max captive also enters the storm and he releases petrol in his car. He plans on exploding in his car to stop Furiosa, but Max is not suicidal and somehow stops the man from doing so. However, their car still collides with Furiosa's truck and the scene ends there. The next morning, Max wakes up to find the war boy dead. He is still tied to him, so he puts him on his shoulder and attacks Furiosa, who's with the 5 women. Turns out the war boy is not dead, and he and Max work together to take down Furiosa. Warboy respects Max for his help and frees him from the chains. Max immediately attacks him and escapes in the truck all alone. Then, Furiosa tells the 5 women to come with her as it's the only way they would survive and Immortan's army is on the way too. Max wants to get away as far as possible, but the truck stops as it requires a code every now and then. Furiosa knows this and that's why she followed the truck. She makes a deal and Max agrees to take the 5 women and Furiosa with him. Furiosa starts the truck and starts to leave, but the warboy, Nux, also climbs onto the truck. Soon, the truck reaches a mountain range that is occupied and controlled by a gang. Furiosa reveals that she had a deal with the gang leader. The deal is that they will let Furiosa pass, but on the condition that she's alone. So Max and the 5 women hide in the truck as it approaches the mountains. Although the gang leader agreed to let her pass, he changes his mind as Furiosa is being followed by an entire army. Furiosa sees that Immortan has arrived there with his army, so she tells Max to start the truck and leave. She somehow gets inside the truck and starts to escape. Seeing no other option, the gang leader blows up a big rock to slow down Immortan and follows Furiosa on bikes. Max and Furiosa work together to take down all the bikers, but Immortan catches up to them in his car. He's about to shoot Furiosa, but one of the women blocks his aim. The woman turns out to be pregnant, so Immortan decides not to shoot and orders his men to stop the truck. His men hit the truck steering with a harpoon, making Max unable to steer. The pregnant woman gathers courage and cuts the chain connected to the harpoon, but injures her leg in the process. She accidentally falls off the truck and Immortan is forced to take a sharp turn in order to save her. Immortan runs to check on his wife and finds her seriously injured. The rest of the women want Max to turn around the truck, but he keeps driving forward. Nux, the war boy, is still in the truck and regrets that he was unable to impress Immortan. One of the women calms him down and gently touches his lips. This melts his heart and he goes completely silent. Max continues driving the truck through the day, but Immortan's army is still following them. They reach a slippery land and their truck gets stuck in the mud. The women work together to get the truck out while Max places some dynamite on the ground. Immortan's army doesn't see the dynamite at night and several of their vehicles get blasted into the air. The army is slowed down by the slippery land, and Immortan gets to know that his wife is taking her last breaths. However, he's only concerned about the child and asks if he's okay, but the doctor revealed that it was 1 month too early for the child and he's gone. Immortan and his son Rictus shout in pain while one of their tanks accelerates to follow Furiosa. Meanwhile, the girls were unable to get the truck out of the mud, so Nuke suggests they can use a dead tree. While they were busy getting the truck out, Immortan's tank catches up to them. Furiosa uses her sniper to stop the tank in its way, and Nux manages to get the truck out. They are starting to run out of fuel, so Max suggests that they attack the tank for resources. He goes alone in the dock to ambush the tank, and Furiosa sees a big blast. She thinks Max didn't survive and orders Nux to leave, but Max comes out of the dock with fuel and weapons. Now all of them continue moving forward toward a supposedly green land, and night passes by. The sun shines again, and they see a tower in the distance. Furiosa takes a look through her binoculars and reveals that she remembers a tower exactly like this from her childhood. They get close to the tower and she shouts her name as well as her mother's name. Soon, a group of lady bikers arrive. Here it is revealed that Furiosa used to live there as a child, but Immortan attacked the place and kidnapped her. She asks where the green land is, and one of the bikers reveal that they left it behind. The slippery land they passed through used to be the green land, but it's no more. Now they decide to cross the dried ocean and look for a place to live. But Max wants to go his own way. All of them leave, and Max again starts having nightmares of his daughter, whom he couldn't save. He goes back to Furiosa and the others and tells them that there's nothing across the dried ocean. The only way they can live is by overthrowing Immortan and expanding his vegetation. With that, all of them turn around and start moving toward Immortan's castle. Immortan sees the truck going back to the castle and realizes that they want to take control, so he immediately attacks them with his army. Furiosa and Max manage to take down many of Immortan's men, and Max gets into a fight with Rictus. He ultimately comes out on top and kills him too. Meanwhile, Furiosa jumps into Immortan's vehicle and snatches his mask. Immortan is unable to breathe without his mask and dies on the spot. Then, Nux crashes the old truck into the army, killing many of the war boys. Although Furiosa managed to kill Immortan, she got badly wounded in the process. Seeing her condition, Max transfers his blood into her, causing a speedy recovery. All of them reach the castle and show Immortan's Joe's dead body to the war boys and the public. People start celebrating his death, and the war boys accept Furiosa and the other women as their leaders. The water supply is continued for everyone, and Furiosa watches Max as he disappears into the crowd. That was it for the recap, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell as well so that you are notified on our next uploads. Thank you for watching.